All charming guys can trick you into sex even when they are good guys. I want to tell you a story. It's not going to make me look good, but I am a man that genuinely has good intentions, wants to treat people well, wants to be nice to people, wants to help people. Now, with that being said, when I was single, I was insecure, just like every other human. Things made me feel weird. Let me give you the perfect example. When I was in my mid 30s, I'd just come out of a broken engagement with a fiance, and I moved in with my parents. So I was single, moved in with my parents, had a business that was doing okay-ish. So I basically was insecure that I was living with my parents, insecure that I wasn't married in my mid 30s, insecure that I wasn't making enough money. And so all of that made me, well, what am I going to present on a date? So fast forward, let's call it 4 years, and now I've moved to California and I'm dating. And I realized that story could be used as a strength and it could get me things. And what I mean is it could get women to like me because it would allow me to show off vulnerability. So on a first date, when we got there, we were spending, we had a few drinks, I believe, and we got to maybe 2 hours into the date, which is not something I would suggest doing. But all of this was part of a subconscious formula I knew that would make a woman connect with me. If I increase the amount of time with her during the date, she's going to start feeling more connected to me. And frankly, she's going to lose some of her capacity to say no, and she's going to increase how connected she's feeling to me over, multiple hours. So by the time we get to 3, 4 hours into a date, she's almost feeling drunk, if you will, emotionally drunk from the fact that there's been no downtime. She didn't get a rest from us, and she's doing a lot of talking and connecting with me. Now, on top of the emotionally drunk, you then bring in some vulnerability, which is me telling her about a broken engagement and going into, the things I needed to work on, how I was a people pleaser, and how I had bad boundaries and I didn't stand up for myself. And now she's really feeling connected. She's like, wow, this guy's being vulnerable. He's capable of emotions. And then what happened? I even fooled myself and I thought I was connected to this person. And at this point in my life, I was very superficial. We slept together. But while we were sleeping together, my brain was actually working. And my superficiality said that her body was not nice enough for the caliber that I expect to be in partnership with. And this is disgusting that I'm saying this, looking back on it now. But it's honest. That's how my brain worked then. And so fast forward to seeing each other more, we weren't really going to because I thought I valued women based on how they looked, how their body was, and I thought I, being a high caliber man, deserved a certain look. And at that time, that's what I valued. So now this poor woman who felt very connected to me just got rejected because I was a superficial asshole. And I am a human that tries to be good. It's just I hadn't reprogrammed myself at that time to realize that when you're looking for partnership, how a woman's body looks is not that important in the grand scheme of things. What's more important is, can you hold a conversation? Will she be nice to you? Is she a good human? Is she smart? Are you enjoying conversation? Can you have fun together? Do you have some things in common? How does it feel? Does it feel nice to talk to her? Does it feel nice when you're in between dates? So I was doing it all wrong. And so are a lot of guys out there. So I just want you to be careful because there's guys just like me or, or old me who are really capable of being charming and have kind of figured out a formula on how to connect with a woman and how they can almost trick you into feeling connected, feeling safe to go to bed. So just be careful. And what I want to tell you, and I feel obligated to tell you, because I want everyone to not get hurt. I, feel bad about this woman out there that, probably was hurt. And I feel bad for myself that I was so naive and hadn't healed or learned what I really needed. And with all of that, what I want you to have in your toolbox is simply not getting yourself to emotional drunkenness on a date, which is being there too long. I know for a fact that, once you're getting over 2-hour long dates, you're going to feel a little connected to this person if they're charming and you're having fun. So don't have dates longer than an hour and a half. And make the guy keep going on dates with you. If this woman ended that date in an hour and a half, and then we went on a second, third, and maybe we wouldn't go any longer, eventually, even where I was at then, I would have been looking around and been like, this isn't it for me. Maybe she's not the attractiveness that I want at that time. So eventually I would have stopped asking her out and the heartbreak would have been avoided. So what I want for you is go slow and see if a guy keeps showing up for you. Because a guy who's really into you is going to keep showing up. And the guy that just wants to get laid or wants to manipulate or wants to play a game, eventually the woman he can't manipulate is the woman he's going to stop calling because it's not worth his time. He can't get the outcome he wants. So I want you to make it a little challenging, if you will, for him. Because the right guy, it's not going to be a challenge. He's just going to love it. He's going to be like, wow, I get to keep spending time with this woman who's so phenomenal, and I'm having such a great time. And that man that's really looking for partnership and has healed his stuff, he's not playing a game. He's not manipulating. He just wants to get to know you. It's the guys that are unhealed, that have trauma, that want to win a game so that they feel good about themselves. And they're going to look just like every other guy, and you're not going to know. So time gives you access to that knowledge. Because I assure you, there's some great guys out there that you're never going to know until you're in pain. And I don't want that for you. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. If you're not going to get tricked because you made it to the end of this video, I want you to go in the comments and write, I won't get tricked. I won't get tricked. And I'll know that me being an asshole back in the day, at least has served some of you so that I won't get tricked.